My sister passed away, bequeathing me 250 acres of vineyard, 400 cattle, and a classic Cadillac. My estranged daughter. Can you even fathom standing at your sister's funeral, heart shattered, only for your own daughter to scream at you, calling you a parasite, accusing you of stealing everything? My sister's casket was still at the altar, the lilies barely fragrant, when my daughter Vanessa tried to erase me from existence. What would you do when faced with that kind of public betrayal? I stood there, frozen. My beautiful sister, Lydia, was lying at the altar, surrounded by lilies and a photograph of her laughing, exactly like she used to when we were kids. And in front of 100 grieving people, my own daughter, Vanessa, yelled at me. She has no right to the vineyard, no right to the cattle, the Cadillac, or the $1.8 million Lydia left her. Her voice echoed off the church ceiling, slicing through the solemn silence. I saw Samuel, Lydia's vineyard manager, drop his head in disbelief. A woman in the front row gasped. But I just stood there. 8 years. That's how long Vanessa had cut me off. It all started when I refused to fund her husband's failing business, a scheme that, even on paper, looked like it would fold in 6 months. When I said no, she screamed that I'd failed her as a mother and vanished from my life. But this public spectacle? This was her trying to erase me all over again. Shame crawled up my neck, hot and suffocating, but deep inside me, something else was stirring. Something hard. Something that had been building for years, ever since her father convinced her I was the enemy. What came next, I swore, would make her regret ever underestimating me. I didn't say a word, didn't flinch, didn't cry, didn't ask her to stop. I let her bleed out every last drop of venom. Let everyone hear it. Because I knew, the moment she stopped screaming, the silence that followed would finally belong to me. After her outburst, the room fell into a heavy, waiting hush. The priest looked lost. People avoided my eyes or offered weak, nervous smiles before looking away. Samuel, bless his heart, stepped beside me. He was as quiet and sturdy as the land Lydia had loved. He gently placed a hand on my elbow and whispered, "Let's sit." I shook my head. No, I needed to feel the sting. When the service ended, I stayed behind. I watched the last of the mourners drift out into the Sonoma afternoon. Vanessa didn't even glance my way. She left with her lawyer, not a single tear, no backward glance at her aunt's casket. I walked up to Lydia's photograph, straightened the frame. Her eyes were crinkled in that familiar way they got when she caught me eating grapes straight off the vine, just like we did as kids. "I heard you, Lydia," I whispered. "I know what you wanted. And I won't let her touch it." Out in the gravel lot, reporters hovered, unsure. Clara, that young woman with the discreet camera, gave me a small, full-story video added in below.